This lady is becoming a regular on this channel.
We've got to cut through the noise.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot of Chicago. Yes, the same Mayor Lori Lightfoot of Chicago that was caught a few months ago getting a haircut after she had told everyone else in her city that they were not allowed to get haircuts. Well, she's done another one of those things. She's gotten herself into one of those situations where, you know, if you're a simple-minded person, it would seem that she's, you know, being a big fat hypocrite. But, you know, really when you go down and you get into the situation, you look at the data, and you know, you take a surgeon's knife and you slice open the situation and just take a deeper look. You'll realize that she's not a big fat hypocrite. She's just two of those things. But anyways, here she is a week ago celebrating the win of Joe Biden.
We get to take our democracy back. Yeah! And I just want to say, for all those people who voted, amen, you made this happen. Okay.
The media called the election. I don't know if you know this, but if you flip over the Constitution and you squeeze a little lemon on the back of the Constitution, you won't find a map to the city of gold, Nicolas Cage, but you will find that the media have been given the authority by the founding fathers to call an election. Little known fact. Mayor Lightfoot last week, this was after media called the election for Biden and Harris, a lot of people went out into the streets celebrating, and Mayor Lightfoot was one of those people. Now, fast forward back to this week, and Mayor Lightfoot has now issued a stay-at-home advisory for the city of Chicago. I wonder what she has to say about it.
Go ahead.
One of the reasons people feel frustrated or skeptical is they're getting a lot of mixed messages. What do you say to those who are criticizing you, where less than a week ago you went out and stood before a massive crowd who was celebrating Joe Biden's victory, and now you're saying your city has to shut down? How do you have one and not the other?
Well, look, I think that we've been saying all along, everybody has to take care. Everybody has to take precaution. I will tell you, in that big crowd a week ago, everybody was wearing masks. You can see the shot here. Mask compliance in our city is actually up very, very high. But yes, there are times when we actually do need to have a relief and come together. And I felt like that was one of those times. That crowd was gathered whether I was there or not. But this has been a super hard year.
Mask compliance is actually way up. Everybody was wearing a mask. Yeah, except for you. You're the only one that is yelling and talking very loudly, spraying air particles everywhere in every direction. The whole point of the mask is to block those particles. So if you don't have the mask on. And here's Mayor Lightfoot going a little bit more in depth, digging herself a little bit deeper in the hole that she's already gotten herself into. Back in the spring, when we issued these blanket stay-at-home orders, it was because we really didn't understand where the risk was. So we were trying to mitigate it everywhere. We now have a lot more data. I use the word data because I'm trying to make it sound like I'm actually saying something, but really I'm not saying anything at all. I'm not really saying anything. There's no substance here. But if I say words like data, you think I'm smart. And for us right now, the biggest risk that we're seeing in our city is in these private spaces and gatherings. Kind of like the one I was at just last week. Like in every way, shape, and form. This is a terrible, terrible answer. The crowd was going to be there whether I was there or not. What happened to be in the face of the city, Miss Lightfoot? It would seem that Mayor Lightfoot has a case of Trump mouth, where anytime she opens her mouth, words just kind of just come tumbling out, don't they? That's what happens. She can't be held accountable for what may or may not come out of her mouth. How ridiculous is that? Accountability. That's the whole reason we're in this mess. That's the whole reason when we see a story like this with the mayor, representative, leader of the city being so hypocritical. And the whole reason we see stories like this over and over and over again. This is just another Friday night, isn't it? It's just another Friday night. Another mayor. I literally just did a video about the city commissioner in Portland being such an obvious hypocrite. And then we have this 2 days later. It's just, these people are not held accountable for when they act like bozos. The reason they act like bozos is because they know they're going to get away with it. Until we start holding politicians like Mayor Lightfoot, Gavin Newsom, who was just caught having a birthday celebration of 12 people at a restaurant in California, even though he has made it mandatory to not have gatherings of more than 10 people. Or his long-lost father, Andrew Cuomo, in New York City, is trying to cancel Thanksgiving for crying out loud. The reason these people go unchecked like this is because we allow it. We allow it. The city of Chicago is going to re-elect Lori Lightfoot over and over and over and over again until she cannot do the job anymore because she is old and decrepit. And then they're going to elect somebody very similar who's going to be just as much of a hypocrite and have just as much a lack of morals. Hey there. If you're wondering why I'm smiling, it's because I'm coming to you from the land of the past where America was still free. Just kidding. Kind of. Not really. If you enjoyed this content, you can subscribe right there. You can also watch anything that's may or may not be flying over my head at this very moment.